Welcome back to the beginner's course for consultants. Now, in the previous two lessons, I explained how to actually get leads or prospects through various channels. But the problem is that having a lead does not guarantee you that you will get this company as a client. Therefore, you have to treat this lead properly. So, in this lesson today, first you'll learn how to do a research as the basis for all the other steps. Second, how to do a presentation at a meeting with a potential client. Third, how to write a proposal that will be a formal document that you send to this potential client. And finally, how you do a follow-up after this proposal. So, after watching this lesson, you'll have a clear idea on how to convert this lead or a prospect into a paying customer. Okay, when you do research, you actually have to do it in a couple of steps, starting from more general and then towards more specific. First, you should actually research the industry and the specific of this industry. So, for example, if your client is in the SaaS industry, so software as a service, and it is a smaller company, then you'll probably have a company that doesn't like too much overhead. They don't like too many documents, that probably many of their employees work remotely, and that they have all the systems in the cloud. As opposed to that, if you are dealing with a financial organization, then they'll probably have many in-house systems. They'll have a very strict regulatory supervision and very detailed policies and procedures. So it's very important that you know what is normal in a particular industry so that you can adapt your offering according to these facts. Second, you have to research your clients, your potential clients online, meaning what kind of services and products do they offer, what is their clientele, are there any news about this company, what does the social media say about them, so that you have a complete picture of what is going on, at least in general, with this company. Then the next level is actually to understand the pains and needs of this particular client, and the best way actually to do it is to organize this discovery call where you can actually discuss with one or a couple of their representatives on exactly what they would like to see in this potential consulting arrangement. Now, it is better if you have this discovery call separate from the main meeting meaning the meeting where you will present your services, because at this main meeting you'll probably have also members of the senior management, and I'll discuss this in a minute in this video. So in the discovery call, you should have someone who is more in-depth, who understands what is the pain and what they would like to achieve with a consultant. And you can do this discovery call also online through, let's say, a Zoom call. And it is crucial really to understand what exactly is the problem that this company tries to resolve. Also, during this discovery call, try to find out who is going to be present at the main meeting so that you can actually research all of these people that will be present, so that you can actually understand what are the interests and potential blockers from these very people. For example, if you know that the head of IT will be present at this main meeting, then you can actually prepare and think through what kind of blockers can come from this person. For example, this person might not like too many policies and procedures. He or she might think that this will only slow down the operations in the IT department, and you have to think ahead on how to respond to these kind of objections. Now, when it comes to this main meeting, it is better if this main meeting is in person, but it can also be done online. The advantage of having this meeting in person is that you can have this informal conversations, let's say, prior to and after the meeting. Now, in the meeting itself, you have to be very simple. You have to present the problem, the solution, and the results. For the problem or the pain, you have to reiterate what you learned about the company and just explain if everyone in the meeting is clear about it, because there might be some managers in this meeting who are not familiar enough with the problem. Let's say that a company has to go for ISO 27000 certification because this is the only way for them to penetrate the new markets or maybe keep the existing client. So everyone in the room has to be very clear that this is the main problem that needs to be resolved. And then as a solution, you present how you intend to run this kind of a project. So you present your own specific methodology, you can present your own experience with similar clients, and you have to present milestones in this kind of a project. And by the way, below this video you'll see a link to a couple of articles which explain milestones or steps for various standards. And then the third thing is that you present the results. And instead of presenting, the number of documents that you will do or something like this, it's much better to actually present the benefits that the company will have. So when they pass the certification, they will be actually able to increase their market share or get extra revenue, these kind of things. So this is what actually resonates the most if you speak to potential clients. Or for example, if this is a financial organization, then this kind of company will reduce the penalties and liability of senior management. And speaking of senior management and how to engage with them during these negotiations, there is a separate lesson in this advanced course for consultants where I explain how to actually approach the senior management. Other things that you have to cover in this kind of a meeting is that you clarify the roles. So what is the consultant role and what is their role as a client? For example, you as a consultant will write the documents, but they have to review these documents and they have to approve them and distribute them throughout the company. And when you clarify this way things up front, first of all, you're setting clear expectations for this client. And also they see that you are a professional because you know exactly how these projects need to be run. So they will appreciate more if you are transparent in this kind of a way. Also, don't forget to define the next steps during this meeting. And the next step could be that you need to send a proposal, or that you need to do another call where you clarify certain details, or you can maybe agree that you do a pilot project, which would be a great outcome of this kind of a meeting. Now, if there is one thing that is probably the most important in these kind of meetings, is that you actually build trust. And you can do it in a couple of ways. First, you have to show that you understand perfectly what their needs are. And this is why it's important that you do this research that I mentioned earlier. Second, you need to show that you understand their industry perfectly. And this is again a matter of this research. And third, you have to present why they should pick you over some other consultant. And you can achieve this by presenting your specific knowledge, your specific skill, and of course references if you have from similar companies. So if you manage to complete all of these three things, then this potential customer will start trusting you. Okay, if you did a good job at this meeting, then this company will most probably ask you to write a proposal. And in this proposal, again, you have to focus on problem, solution, and the results. So basically describe the same things that you actually presented in the meeting itself. You also have to present the roles, you have to present the scope, so what is included and what is excluded from your arrangement. And you also have to present your pricing, which by the way has to be very transparent so that it's very clear what is the price for these services, and also what would they have to pay extra if they hire you for some, let's say, add-ons on top of this job. And by the way, there is a separate lesson in this course which explains how you can actually set your price. And finally, in your proposal, you have to repeat your trust elements again, as you did in the main meeting. Now, with regards to follow-up, you can have different types of follow-up. If there is a follow-up call where you have to explain something in more detail, then of course this is something that you have to prepare for and organize this call. If not, you should simply follow up after you sent your proposal in a couple of days through a phone call or through an email, and try to keep this relationship alive, so that you can actually try to steer your client into accepting this kind of a proposal. And sometimes this will be quick, maybe in a couple of days or a couple of weeks, but unfortunately more often this will happen in a couple of months. So you just have to be very patient. And during this, let's say, waiting period, it's good if you can actually remind them of what you're doing by social media posts, by some articles, these kind of things, so that you actually keep reminding them of your expertise and how you can help them. Okay, I hope this was helpful, and let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about presenting your services and converting leads into customers, and I'll answer as quick as I can. And here are a couple of materials that will help you learn more, and you'll find the links below the video. First of all, there is this advanced course for consultants that I made for more experienced consultants. and there is one lesson there which speaks about more advanced techniques on how to convert leads into customers. Second, I'm the host of Secure and Simple podcast. This is a podcast where I interview successful consultants, and there you can learn how they approach their potential clients and what they do to convert them. Third, below this video you'll see several links to articles which explains these steps or milestones in the implementation for ISO 27001, for NIS2, for DORA, and for several other frameworks. And finally, in the next lesson of this course, I'll explain how to sign an agreement once your client hopefully accepts your proposal. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel not to miss any of my new videos. And I publish videos about cybersecurity, governance and compliance every week. Thanks for watching.